Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, your lord and master, your Vox Populi. Off here to another exciting Propagandacast. We are off here to a 1v1 on Kholodny Ferma. Also, big thanks to James, to Mayabimi, and to Schultz for donating and support the Propagandacast, in particular in these rougher times. Every dollar helps me a lot here, so big thanks to all of you. And others too can join their ranks by donating as well. Links in the video description. Anyways, you can always, of course, comment, like, share, and subscribe. Press the bell to subscribe. Try and spread the word so you can get the new channel out there, because again, chances of me getting back the old channel are quite slim. Anyways, with those messages, also a quick note. Apparently there's some slight issues with sound synchronization in the first episode there. The one that went up yesterday. I'll be looking into that. Apparently it's something with the video editor. Might have made a mistake or need to work a bit more on it. Either way, quick note there, I do apologise. Anyways, we got here in the east Sakura, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with Mechanized Assault Doctrine featuring the Assault Grenadiers, Mechanized Assault Group, Stug 3Es, Light Artillery Barracks in the Target Tank with Double Panzer Grenadier and MD-42 bullets to the west of this Shogun Cho, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union and Comrade Stalin. The glory of the Soviet Union. Taking on the role here of their 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps with Guard Motor Coordination Tactics featuring the T-3045, heavy mortars there, Guards Rifle Squads, Vehicle Crew Repair Training, and Marked Vehicle with Penal Trooper and Double Mine Bullets. In fact, we got a Domineer Penal Trooper start with Strafniki as well there. Not your typical Soviet opening by far. Meanwhile, we've got mixed Assault Grenadiers here for Sakura, going for the Northern Initiative with the Assault Grenadiers, leading the way for Deutschland with MP40s clenched tightly in their hands, ready to unleash a barrage of lead upon any Soviet infantryman that gets too close. In the south, the Pioneers Grenadiers advancing. 2nd Grenadiers got ready. No MD-42 yet here for Sakura. Much more offensive post, but there you go. Scout car charging the Assault Grenadiers here. Up close, they can't do enough damage. The problem is going to be hard for them to fire effectively due to can just push them around there. There you go, get to the building. And again, there's the Scout cars there. Low accuracy at long range doesn't matter as much because the Scout cars, some of you might notice, is a much bigger target. So accuracy is less important and much more optional. But still, Assault Grenadier Squad, like we had to fall back. Keep happy to see Sakura may, of course, keep the Assault Grenadier Squad here just to tie up Shogun Cho's attention close to his fuel point and card point there. There's always a tactic you can continue like you use, keeping your opponent's nose where you want it to be and, push elsewhere in the process. That said, pretty risky with the Assault Grenadiers since they will be easily contained at long range by Shogun Cho, plus there's a Scout car, so this is the sort of high-stakes game here where Sakura could easily end up getting punished and lose the entire Assault Grenadier Squad if he isn't careful. In the center here, Germans have secured the territory, and there goes Scout Car pursuing the Assault Grenadiers. Good chance of wipe here against Sakura. Oaks and the Assault Grenadiers make the wrong call, and there go and wipe in the early game. Quite painful there, obviously. And always there, you should be mindful of these kind of things. They're like, again, sure, you might be able to tap a larger chunk of your opponent's forces, but what are the chances you lose the unit in the process here? In this regard, Sakura pretty much made the wrong bet.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Gonna be some fast technologies and fast light vehicles that can of course use to turn the game around. Fast armored cars, Mechanized Assault Group, fast Panzer Grenadiers, all stronger options here obviously. And like you will be seeing, we've also got Telemines down there from Sakura. Thumbs up there. Sakura, by the way, farming up here the I didn't give them a divisional name. Though in that case they'll be the 3rd Panzer Division. There we go, Telemines down. Strafing engaging the Pioniere. Sehr good, sehr good. Grenadiers holding up here. Got the pinching up here. 3rd Grenadier Squad. No Panzer Grenadiers, a bit strange here considering A, they've rushed so fast to take up, and 2, well, they got Panzer Grenadier bulletins. Like, why wouldn't they go for Panzer Grenadiers? I'm slightly confused with that one here by Sakura. I'm guessing there might be some other meaning behind this. Perhaps they want to go for the Mechanized Assault Group or something, I don't know, but I'd definitely say it's a bit curious here that, they're not just pushing for Panzer Grenadiers as fast as possible. Instead going for no guns. But there you go, like the Mechanized Company, light vehicles were a bit delayed here due to not quite as much fuel as they'd like. So far, Shogun taking up good pressure here. There's a Sakura, like the Mechanized Company, halfway done. Grenadiers holding up there. In the center, we got mines being laid down here by Shogun Cho's. Hard at work there. Not Petrov. Not like that, you'll blow your own face off. You already lost Yuri to that. And thirdly, he did not get prettier. South Europeans grabbing some munitions here. Grenadiers teaming up here with the Strafniki. Bit more to go for calling the armored car. Going for more Grenadiers. Okay, can't go for the armored car as well, but I'm still confused as to all the Panzer Grenadier bulletins and then just keep going for Grenadiers. I might be missing out on something there, but I definitely feel like Sakura Really should want to get out some Panzer Grenadiers. They would really, I think, Panzer Grenadier. But I think some punch here versus Shoguncho's infantry. Also, of course, be up for long term as a support and whatnot. But there goes stuff. You get tank back up in the scout car. Grenadiers focus on the punitive there. Good protection there by Sakura. We got the armored car almost done here. Grenadiers being overwhelmed though by heavy fire. Go rough nade off. And ooh, close one there, but not quite. Probably won't get the wipe here on the Strafniki. So there's the armored car ready. Grenadiers putting to retreat now. Before it's too late, we got units being up, clearing up the telemines down there. Scout guns going to take out the M31. It'll be a man lost there to Shogun Chunimo. Guys, going to spot north. Oh! Oh, actually avoided the mine, but may not avoid the second one. Yup. Still gets the M31 Pioneers rushing for the cutoff point here, though without the center victory point, but it doesn't matter. As a fun note there, since that can also act as a cutoff point there. Anyways, troops reinforcing back here. Leadership reinforcing. Scout car could go down, got the cutoff point back here. I feel like there might be some misordering there, but then it's got the guards rather than infantry up here for Shogun Cho, and the second guard's mechanized corps. South engineers got more mines down. Not by again, Shogun Cho is really consistent with mining, but there's already been like multiple mines laid down in the first 6 minutes. 2 thumbs up to that, by the way. And if you're saying you want a new place we joined in because of the sale, I mean, one a piece of advice we can always give you is like, you know, try and get down mines, you know. Think about, you know, spot your opponents travel through a block, lay down a mine there. Like, if you just throw down some mines here and there, I imagine you'll actually find yourself actually improving quite a bit, because a mine in the right place can be incredibly disruptive and actually give you significant hands up in a lot of engagements, and can also, in case you know things go south for you, start losing ground, can actually slow down your opponent's advance, giving more time to recover and counter attack. So keep mines in mind there. Definitely one of the things you can truly tell, you know, a good player, apart from a really good player, is the really good player is very sharp with their mines. So, bit of advice there. Back here in the like to mechanized company match fellow going on. The armored car is actually somehow still there, though. Being hauled way up north. Hickle is going for the car point again. South side getting a bit of left on the fuel point there. Lag of MB42 feel like it's hurting Sakura steadily. That no lag of Panzer Grenadier. Panzer Grenadier, the best of Grenadier. Fixing up the armored car up north here. Fuel point there, defended by stout German infantrymen. And wait, what? Okay, looks like someone's spinning around. More guards here for Shogun. Choose a double team into double guard squads. Definitely not your typical Soviet build. Most Soviet builds currently focus heavily on conscripts. So Shogun Cho here is definitely doing a slight own interpretation of the metagame there, to put it generously. Medic bunker on the way there for Sakura and the German army. Grenadiers are reinforcing. Teams was advancing up north there. Armored car almost good to go. 1 kill so far. Of course, that is the armored car. The M3A1. Ooh, disrupt right in time there. Going into tank rifles. Nose to the scout. Coach extra chance of getting away there. Back here, medics on the way there for Sakura. But he's going to sign the point. Mines was out. He helps in response to Shogun Cho laying down mines. Very good there, obviously. And generally, you always want mines at some point, because typically you want to assume the opponent is good at the game. And again, if they're good, they will to at least some degree lay down mines. So having mines will always be good. Plus, in most cases, mines will also give you a small repair bonus to your units, which isn't perhaps something clear. So, little small addition there for those. Again, new to the game. Getting mines was not just helps you do the mines, but it also typically gives you an increased repair speed on a lot of your units. They can get them, obviously. Anyways, need to fix up the armored car fully here. Panzers will still be a great choice. Might be setting up for the mechanized assault group. We shall see, of course, what Sakura goes for. Still, got some action on their back versus Shogun Cho and the Red Army. The second guard's mechanized corps. Guards, by the way, wasn't usually a prefix given to a unit that performed quite well in combat before, and thus, you know, was designated as more elite in that way. They also had shock armies, but not meaning they're made up of shock troopers, but sort of, I'm saying more, I think it was their attempt to create, you know, more, so just elite armies on the spotlight. You know, these were armies made to be, shall we say, elite, and so they were called shock armies, though how effective they is, you know, I'm not in touch. And again, I'm a bit less clear on that one, so I may be misunderstanding something there. But anyways, quick notes there. And funny thing, with the current Russian army, I believe it's actually the other way around, with guards armies, you know, armies that sort of weren't meant to, like, you know, be created as elite units right away, and shock units, you know, are sort of more veteran units, I think. Again, I'm a bit less clear on that one, but I think that's how it goes. Anyways, got guard squad. This is the southern fuel point here. Cat is back to literally attacking my left hand. At least in this case, just my left sleeve, so just my sweater there. Guard squad there being hammered by the armored car. Going to be here. Good harassment there by Shogun Cho. car point and the fuel point. Thumbs up to that. We shall see what Sakura goes for next. But at this point, probably trying to push for Tier 3 is the best choice here. Also may want to see if they can't eventually upgrade some of those grenadiers with light machine guns. Back here, worth noting that Shogun Cho has yet to take up.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Could begin pushing out. We go for the tank in command. May go for T-70. Though, of course, at this point, could also just go for the Mechanized Armor Company and begin pushing for T-45s, which is usually one of the hallmarks of Gut Motor Doctrine. All mines spotted there. Again, Shogun Cho. That all with his mines. Ooh, mine destroyed there with the 2-2. Good response there by Sakura. Response. Trying to destroy the bat while here with the armored car. Up north here, going to see some points there and there. Good push there by Sakura. Pack 40 almost done. Obviously expecting the T-70 for Shogun Cho. Very sensible response. Telemines down there. Very good, very good. North here going to the pins with the guard squad. Got the northern victory point secured. Southern point here seats as well. Telemina down. Telemina down. Guardsman tank 474 need to deal with that. Armor cutting northwards. Back hit reinforcing. Got the pack 40 sitting out there. Sakura was by going for an MG42. I think very good pick there. Does all the elite infantry Shogun Cho has. Just all the infantry. There you go. Shogun Cho has figured would be the best choice is actually going for the Mechanized Armor Company here. Could go for the T-7 light tank, but in this case is so far ahead and pushing for T-34, 76, 35s is a much better choice here. Going to use him might see loss. The armored car could actually risk making it worse with blocking the retreat path, but they're good avoids doing so. Grab the northern fuel point. Good harassment there by Sakura. Thumbs up to that. Another MG42 really concerned about the infantry, though of course need to be careful they don't lose sight of the situation and of course get trounced by tanks. Certainly though, having a lot of machines up to help deal with infantry though can still also be a very strong choice, and particularly if you're in the right places, it can be really frustrating for your opponent to deal with. Grab the southern point there. Need to fix up the armored car once more. Grenadiers routed and back hitch reinforcing healing. Still upgrades for the Grenadiers there under Sakura's command. Got the armored car almost done. Those squads there getting into firing positions. So yeah. Well, obviously he could go for the fast T-34-6, but of course have a much more greater shock effective versus Sakura and just gets a lot of kills in this, and the T-34-6 is very good versus infantry, while most focus on the T-70 has been quite good. The T-34-6 is fairly excellent as well, but I think with the Heavy Mortar here, well, he can still go for the T-34-6. It could be he's also going for the T-35, which isn't bad either, but it's much more just good at beating up German medium armor like the Panzer IV, since it can take a lot more hits. It's also just great for attacking, you know, dug-in positions, because again, it can soak up more hits. It's also just good as an anti-tank in comparison. Anyways, Heavy Mortar being hold forwards here. That's going to make it harder here for Sakura to play too defensively, since the Heavy Mortar can just bombard positions and lay down smoke screens. Pioneers of the Heavy Mortar in the south, going to get flanked with the Punions. There you go. We do get the T-34-6, focusing more on the immediate shock effect. And again, very solid choice there. Do not underestimate the effect T-34-6 have on infantry. They're quite good at just standing the occasional wipe and just having a significant impact. Light machine fan being out here to Sakura's infantry. Heavy Mortar for some reason is not being held back. Could maybe get a wipe here. Small chance. Small chance depending how slow Shogun tries to react to this. Wow, he is either using it as bait or he's really slow. Sakura, meanwhile, really needs to take up soon here. Needs to get ready with her medium armor. Like T-34-6 almost done there for Shogun Cho. And the second guard's mechanized corps. There we go.
Forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Rolling ahead there to the front line. Going into the engineers, grabbing the munitions, going for the carve point, mine spotted. Fun fact about the HM38 120mm mortar. The Germans straight up copied, in fact the Axis forces in general copied, I believe the Hungarians from England. The Finns basically just copied the 120mm mortar completely and just made it their own. Fun fact there, by the way. Fun fact. Back from the T-36. Ooh, Shogun Cho might have made a mistake there. Looks like, ooh, M14 guards call there. Nice aggressive push from M42 there. could have a small chance of getting out of the T-54s and 6s. I think they're a bit limited still. Really disruptive play there, but Sakura making much harder for Shogun to form, I think, more cohesive fuel line here. But we can see there's Egg trying to turn the tail tide by sneak up units to go in the south for the fuel point. They just try and force away Sakura from the front line. Not bad there. Pantos again here. Could he finish off the T-54? Almost got it there. Guard squad's pinned down here, modified there. Can the Pack 4 get another shot here? And so close. Need to retreat the MD-42. Oh, MD-42 knocked out. Armor cutting the troops from the south here. Grenadiers could try and get off another Panther fast here soon enough. Going to be risky. Bigger loss though might be the MD-42. Needs to get the Pack 40 out of there. Looks like Sakura's doing too many things at the same time. Glenn's going to go for it. Panther fast off and gets it. Ooh, that was some intense stuff. Back into reinforcing. Tech finally going on there for Sakura. But once more fuel resource there in the south has been lost. And the MD-42 there could definitely be a bigger issue here for Sakura to deal with, since the Surge can crew this one up to 6-man, which makes it a lot harder to deal with when the Germans can only crew it with 4-man. But there you go, MD-42 can be used efficiently versus Shogun Cho, routing a punitive squad there, but again the fuel flow has once more been cut off. Still should be able to push for Panther Force soon enough. Stalling for a target tank right now I think would be a bad idea there for Sakura, but of course can be something to be eventually considered. Back into reinforcing healing here in the south, going to advance on the Strafniki. And routing them with fervor and firepower. Another Haymolt here by Shogun Cho. Wow, he's gone for like almost 2 of everything except for the MD-42. He's got 2 guard squad, 2 penal troopers, 2 engineers, and now 2 heavy mortars. Good God above. That is not something you see a lot there, but that said, I mean, 2 heavy mortars are going to add some serious psychological pressure because they keep making some really loud bangs, and it's not like bangs you're going to ignore, so. And depending on how good he's using the badge, it could be really painful there for Sakura. But oh, that's a lot of, like, you know, heavy mortar work today. Definitely not typical Soviet strategy at all, by most modern accounts. They used much more combat when the Haymotor was incredibly good. I mean, it's still good, but it's just like, you know, most people don't bother with it. But Shogun Cho clearly seems to think he's onto something. And there you go, double hits there. Pioneers almost wiped out. Armored car. Someone managed to get away with only light damage. Panzer 4 on the way there for Sakura and the 3rd Panzerdivision, the 3rd Panzerdivision. Back reinforcement healing. I'm still surprised at the utter lack of Panzer grenadiers, despite having 2 otherwise good bulletins for them. Still, well, I probably overall recommend the one with increased experience gains, or making them slightly harder to hit. Personally, though, that one I think is probably like the least effective of them. And it's just the advancing punitive guard squad. I mean, overall bulletins here are made to be like really good, though. So I mean, they're mostly, you know, marginal, but I mean, of the marginal ones, this is probably one of the more marginal, and again, like the one with just experience gains, is probably one of the better ones. Anyways, going for the car on there, Haymotor just far away there, a rather nasty Haymotor battery here under Shogun Cho's command. It's going to force Sakura to play a lot more aggressive and a lot more mobile, which, depending on how comfortable they are with that, could actually add some significant stress here to Sakura and their unit management. Lots of mines again here from Shogun Cho, just very consistent mining. 2 thumbs up to that. 2 thumbs up. Really good stuff there. Panzer IV racing forward for the German army from Deutschland. Shot fired. MD-42 routed. Getting some counter-tank salvage with MD-42 in tow. And with the Panther 4 out, Shogun just going to go for the T-35 because, again, that is superior to the Panther 4 at pretty much like only a fraction of the price. I mean, you pay 80 and 130 manpower for that, and it's like 50, 120. Like, only for a fraction of the price you get something that can consistently beat the Panther 4. Ooh, Panther going for the mortar, no on machine gun, having hard time hitting there. You can see there's an infantry. It's actually quite reliant on the machine to really do a good deal of damage until we get some good experience in there. Good work there. Push back the Haymotor just in time. Could fix up the Panther 4 quickly. We got 4-8-9 versus 1-4-1. And there's one thing to worth noting. Sakura's actually able to keep control of the victory points over Shogun Cho somewhat nicely. So, I mean, that's a plus. Tier 4. Might be an attempt to stall for the target. I'll plan to go for Panthers and Sturmpanzers, but I feel like probably should just go for more like stuff out of the Suprema Corps, another Panzer 4. A pair of Stukes would be, I think, an excellent choice. I have an Austrian Flak Panzer, but I am less keen on, I think, a particular fast heavy Panzer Corps there. Less keen, Oncoming super the Strafnik, gun is holding up there. Only one squad while you get the upgrade, and there you go. The light machine's almost done. Handful rushing ahead here. Shot fired, missed the penal troop squad, partly to the terrain. Which, while you may not see, is actually sloped, meaning there's a lot more chance the shot just gets caught up in something there. Engagement in the centre, straight to the grenadiers, route it. Got the Hay-Mortars back in line. Lots of barraging there. Grenadiers there quickly routed as Fitz and Ludwig get blown to bits. And there goes Shogun Cho coming to the T-3485. And putting into the guard squads. The Pins Absorbs now equipped with some. Oh, they grabbed the PTRS. They haven't upgraded, but they just grabbed it. Machine gun routed. Again, those Hay-Mortars just really making it harder here for Sakura to like maintain any serious defensive position. Because again, the Hay-Mortars can just blast it into dirt. But again, Sakura will be forced to switch their tactical approach to be much more aggressive and faster. And again, if they can't quite manage that, they're going to be in trouble again. This is also why slowing down to go for T4 may actually prove to be dangerous, because again, it just means they have to play more again statically, defensively as they stall out for T4, which again means they're going to be easy pickings for the enemy artillery. We got large barracks called in here, the light infantry Geschütz at the scene. Full retreat here from Shogun Cho's assault. Stop there just in time. Buying time here for the beleaguered. Third Panzer Division, in fact, wasn't on pump with the Germans, like you basically have ammunition reserved for the artillery for emergency situations, because for large part, particularly like 1944, like it was like a major operation. They were typically always short on artillery shells. Like that was actually one of the major shortages. Like, but most people tend to focus like on shortages of fuel for the German army, which was definitely an issue. Like artillery shell shortages were also significant problems, which again would force them to like conserve the artillery, like maybe a few shots here and there. And those like had to keep like reserve, particularly on the eastern front, for like in case of an enemy breakthrough. So, little fun fact there. More throwing down close to pack 40, getting the T-55 up north. They're going to engage with the Strafniki. Oh, starts to charge off there. Narrowly avoids it. Building collapses, shattered by the shockwave. And some poor bastard realizes their home is gone. There we go, hey, Panther Cop. Guessing a Panther here. I mean, again, they could try and go for the target tank. But they definitely need something that can then significantly challenge the T-35 and on the others that Shogun Cho may get. South Hickon is moving up. Machine gun bunker mag being set up here. Could also be a command bunker, perhaps, but I imagine they want machine gun bunker to defend. Another mine there. Again, just very consistent mining by Shogun Cho. Again, 2 thumbs up. Good play. CCing the northern victor point here with the Strafniki. Support company. That is likely going to be done here for the CIS-3 76mm divisional field gun. Right, entertaining support here against Sakura's armor. Probably expecting something heavy, and wouldn't have only seen a Panther one after some time. So they're expecting either Panther, Sturmpanzer, Tiger tank here. We got 392, 718. Shows you the position control map here. Before 2 moving ahead here. Lots of more fire. Panther on the advancing guard squads. Enemy fortress backing up the advance.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Got mines down there, more mines. Again, just consistent mining by Shogun Cho. Really counter stress is so important as this. As again, it just makes it harder for the opponents to like make any successful attacks against you if you just like risk running into a mine. And again, to hit enough, again, it just makes them become more hesitant, slower. And then of course we got a lot of mortars, that makes it even better, because that means they're more likely to stick around and just get murdered by a mortar. There you go, they're taking heavy damage from the double heavy mortars there. We got 5, we got 4 kills. Pack 40, in fact, likely to be the next victim here of Shogun Cho's hay mortar battery there. Field gun halfway done there for Shogun Cho. Machine gun right in the center here. Guns reinforcing healing. I feel like Sakura needs to be careful about focusing too much attention. Like you want to try and outmaneuver Shogun Cho, catch him off guard, maybe try and take out the hay mortars. But again, the threat of mines may in fact be like cause them to be more cautious about that. Just straight up, there you go. Not driving at it, but on our way, getting the hay mortar with the Panther 4, shooting for the hedges. Shogun Cho so far is not concerned. Car needs to be careful, there's a good chance to lose them here to the T-35. Hold that pin from the flank. Ooh, second charge off. swap machine gun up there. Wow, double machine gun bunkers. Interesting. Definitely highlighting it. Very concerned about the flanks there. Got the fugitive squad. There's small win here for Sakura against Shogun 2. There go, could take out the T-55, but there's all jumping in the Panther 4. There go, hits the mine. Still building up here and loses the Panther 4. Without getting the T-55 gun, rushing the armored car to try and finish the job. You want me to do what with this thing? Are you nuts? Oh, hey, it worked. So yeah, got the T-45, but at a rather steep cost. Okay, Sturmpanzer. Like, I can understand it to an extent, you know, again, there's a lot of infantry support weapons, all that, but there's still the threat of more T-45s, and the Sturmpanzer is going to be rubbish against that with just one pack 40, so not a huge fan of that there by Sakura, not a fan. Machine gun bunker under fire here, and of course you also got the heavy mortars, which also makes some of these machine gun bunkers just a bit questionable, because again, they're going to be easy targets for the heavy mortar if it comes down to it. More troops taking northwards, important, but also finally. I'm taking now see here. Sturmpanzer 4 almost done. Machine gun bunker kaput. Yeah, I might be better off just going for the Tiger tank, then you really want something that also deal with infantry more aggressively, because the Sturmpanzer is just going to be a thing too niche here versus what Shogun currently possesses. Oh, so that bank is just going to be a waste of manpower, in which case they might have been better off going for fuel cache somewhere a bit out of the way. So again, nice idea, but obviously has some flaws in it when your opponent has like at least double heavy mortars just for starters. Good hit there by the Sturmpanzer and the guard squads though. Full retreat there from Shogun from the front line. T-55 halfway done for Shogun Chuk, and Shogun shoots the field gun, heavy mortar thrown down. They doesn't do too much damage. When he's dealing with the light heavy machine gun crew there and keep making short work of them. Shogun might just finish it off. Oh, looks like they might just get away. Lucky Shogun Chuk, lucky.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Again, pressure up north, Pawnee in the way there. Sturmpanzer rushing forwards. Of course, I think he reminds himself that there might be mines. Curious is the trapmaker's art, his efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes. Anyways, T-55 there for Shogun Chuk.
Engineer standing by. The enemy has taken our supply sector.
South East about straying to another set of mines, losing in fact 4 grenadiers to it. Really effective mining again by Shogun Chuk. Really effective mining. More mines going off, killing further off Sakura's grenadiers.
Still has 300 points.
So yeah, rather rough situation here for Sakura, rather rough, still got a big 2-point lead. It's not like Shogun Chu is too far ahead on armor, and again, Sakura's been able to at least somewhat consistently harass Shogun Chu's fuel lines. He's not been able to like hit critical mass of T-45s, but even then, there are issues. There are issues. And those heavy mortars are definitely proved to be, I think, one of those issues. Like, you just rarely get to see someone just like go for like double heavy mortars and just proceed to ruin their opponent. Stay like this. Has been forcing all that. Shot fired. Blew apart Ivan. Could pop into now this round here. Bit of low ability, but again, used correctly can be quite devastating. We've got a feeling we're bombarding here. 4 kills from the Sturmpanzer 4. Perhaps he goes for next. I mean, at this point, the Stu could be like emerged a good addition here versus the T-35 and possibly any more that Shogun might consider here versus Sakura. Though, of course, they may just go for a Panther target tank, though I think the question is going to be if they can get away with that. Another field gun here for Shogun Cho. Effectively continuing the double up strategy. Sakura needs to work in getting some of those victory points back fast.
Our territory is
Because
falling
they're
into
bleeding
enemy
out
hands.
rapidly. Armor Cowboy still alive, 16 kills, rating 3. Good work there. He's going for the southern victory point here. Going to the pack 40 with the T-45. Going to take a nasty hit here. Of course, still got the 2 heavy mortars. 10 kills, Betsy 2. Good
Tank
God.
gun is ready for action.
Again, it has been ages since I've seen anyone like just make use of heavy mortars like this. Ages. South Engineers also work with the Pioneers John Panzer combo. Pretty wipe here. Pack 40 crew annihilated under sundering barrage heavy mortar fire there from Shogun Cho.
Another infantry squad.
Got a wipe in the south. Small win here for Sakura. Small win for the German army. Die Dritte Panzerdivision. That's about it. And again, so many
Enemy
mines.
forces capturing supply sector.
Pioneers advancing up here. We got guards going to deflect those and push them back. Sturmpanzer being straight ahead here. Wrecked it. Blows out a significant chunk of the building's structural safety, but ultimately falls back with the field guns. We got 215 versus 218. Just reinforcing healing. So I can see what it is Sakura's planning. But again, it is starting to look a lot like either a tank or a panther here. Sturmpanzer Fear there with 6 kills. Lots of veteran punishing Sakura at the point there. There's the advantage Strafniki. Probably going to try for a sound charge here to flash out the building and remove a strong point there for the cancel it. Directed here on the Sturmpanzer with the field guns. Another T-4 falling away for Shogun Cho and the Red Army. The second guard's making us call. And he's moving up. Got the guards got living shot to bits. Ooh, bunch of guardsmen there. Nice out for the Sturmpanzer Fear. Keep everything in there. And this looking right by the T-45 here. 7 kills. Both heavy mortars have actually 2 now. Which gives us a more accurate. Oh, nice accurate barrages. But there you go. We got a flare off here from Shogun Cho. Further scanning out their Sakura's position, coming up for the next push here. Very good. Thumbs up to Shogun Cho. And the second T-55 is going to be a different problem here for Sakura. Again, they may be planning for the Tiger, but they could be forced to go for the Panther because the Tiger's going to be several minutes off further, which may not be time they can afford to give to the opponents. The field in here with high volume light machine and final course accurate rifle fire from the cunning TK, but they're going before the opening up. That's called in here. In the south, we've got some engineering up to grab the sun victory point again here away from Sakura until the 514 away. We've got the 2 T-45s backed up the field guns. And lacking any like the decisive ability with that tip because the pack force is getting handled by the 2 heavy mortars. Oh, thankfully for Sakura, they're firing already some other target. At least they were. And there goes Sakura, does commit to the Panther. Tiger tank is at this point just merely a dream. Phantom, a mirage of an idea. Grab the sun point of the engineers. Somebody is almost shattered here by the field gun, and well, most of them were in fact quite shattered, but Ludwig survived. In fact, back in high school, he was most likely to survive an artillery barrage. Much of the consternation of his friends. Anyway, Sturmpanzer moving ahead here. Going to the guard squad there. Almost right the entire guard squad to Sturmpanzer. That makes him to 1. Opening up for the bunker busting barrage, which of course quite effective, except, oh, something was wrong there. Got cancelled. Now he's got stuck with a cooldown of 2 minutes. Feels bad, man. Es fühlt schlecht. Anyways, Panther on the way there for Sakura and the German army have just been cut to ribbons out in the enemy. His head on the salty and not working out for Sakura. They need to come up with a maneuver that catches Shogun Cho off guard. They need to channel their inner rumble and look for the weak spot and just hammer it in. Anyways, got the Panther out here, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Sturmpanzer there. They've been position off knocked out. Captain against the 6 on the pack 40. Tito takes some hits here. Sturmpanzer will need some serious repairs. Panther bouncing shots here. Firing down in the field gun. Aircraft shot down as well. Almost taking out the Pioneers. In fact, poor Ludwig. And Fritz got killed by the crashing aircraft. Damage then you do to mine going off in the T-55 there. Good to the artillery setting off. Going to take heavy damage. So press but then continue to retreat there. Almost being obliterated here by the T-55 and the heavy mortar combo. Absolutely brutal here. Absolutely brutal. From the northern point there, thumbs up to Sakura and the 3rd Panzer Division. Continue setting out. Sturm Panzer, of course, in dire need of repairs. It is also close to the Taveti too, which is something. T-35 northwards to T-35 was an improvement on the T-34 from 6, largely by adding a bigger turret and a bigger gun in set turret, which obviously then allowed for better firepower. The hull itself and the main sort of tank really saw no real major improvements. That's of course 2 big changes to the production lines. Fun fact there. Even more fun fact, they actually after the war tried to come up with the T-35, I think it was with a 122mm gun, but turns out the gun was simply too big. Like there's like a limit to how much bigger a gun you can add to like a tank before you know it just starts being impractical. Almost got the Pack 40 there. Drenching MB42 there. We got 146 and 204. Need to grab this on the victory point and really try and somehow deal with those immortals. Like they've just been a great investment here for Shogun so far. And I can't even begin to imagine the psychological pressure and the struggle that definitely like hurting Sakura quite a bit. They're wiping units and just causing constant bleeding. They can happen just like play out the way they want, and again forcing them to be much more aggressive than they perhaps might be comfortable with. So again, thumbs up to Shogun. They're really just putting in some great sort of gameplay here, which you typically don't get to see a lot of from certain players in this direction. Most tend to be like much more straightforward strategies in a sense. But there you go, panthering in, they're flanking in, they're good use of the terrain, they're good use of the panther ability to crush terrain. But with limited support, there's only so much you can do. But you know, I like the idea here by Sakura. That was definitely something a bit more bold there. But obviously needed infantry support. And again, I'm still surprised at the utter lack of panzer grenadiers here by Sakura. Again, has bulletins for it, and you know, would really benefit the kind of sort of needed style of attacks that's needed right now here, much faster and aggressive. But for the reasons, there are no panzer grenadiers either. Rotated on the panther by the field gun. Still not things nicely as well there. Another bunker busting badge. They're not quite went off as supposed to. Really bad luck with that. Panther unit caught in the field in the flank. Misses. Pack 40 getting bugged out. Looking pretty bad there for Sakura now. Tank hit up. Panther's about to get knocked out as well. Gonna use machine guns routed. Panther's about to get knocked out here fully of the war. Frontline, I think, has been fatally breached here, possibly by Shogun Cho. Sakura is firmly trying to fight back, but a complete loss of cohesion. Alongside the Panther taking too much damage, and Sturm Panzer's barrage basically flooding again, has left Sakura, I think, with no really strong means of breaking up Shogun Cho's assault, and again, a complete lack of mines didn't help either. And again, had there been some mine traps, though again, the Hey Mortars also just made it hard to rely on mines, and they just accidentally set off the tiller mines. So that's also no reason just like have a lot of mortars about to supposed to degree, because they just kind of act as like, you know, accidental mine sweeps at times as well. At least against like, you know, mainline attacks. So we got 98 versus 204 here. Guard squad being charged forwards, then charged backwards. Sturm Panzer is now rated 2, shuts up. Incendiary is being used by Shogun Cho, thumbs up. Sakura, I think, never used them. Panzerwerfer on the way. I mean, that's definitely one type of silly problem again with a mortar, about the regular mortar would struggle, so I can understand the Panzerwerfer here from Sakura. I can definitely understand that. More from the Grenadiers, Panther being fixed up. Panzerwerfer almost done. We got 65 versus 204. More explosions, more death, more destruction. And the other bit more incendiary piercing rounds. Thumbs up there. Got all the force back, and another light artillery barrage out here from Sakura. Got the Panzerwerfer 42 ready here. Ready to obliterate socialist positions. 41 versus 204. 38 versus 204. 35. Panther lands a nice hit. Veterans one game, which opens up here for the Blitzkrieg Tactics ability.
Enemy forces are capturing our supply.
So not really much to blitzkrieg with. Partly just some complete lack of munitions.
The enemy is down to 25 points. Victory is in our
23,
grasp.
20, 17, 14. Not really, I think, much that Sakura can do now. 11, even likely now get onto the points. There's a good chance of me not be able to grab them fast enough. 8.
People anticipate our victory.
Yeah, this is going to be too late.
Sector is at risk.
5. Got northern point out being grabbed. Spy. Time to barrage off. And there you go, GG, game over. In the end, a loss here for Sakura, victory for Shogun Cho. A brutal battle, certainly highlighting what a good pair of heavy mortars can do and will handle, plus good usability there. Sakura, I feel like, in part, got 2 folks in the center, and also made some questionable choices in terms of attack, and just a lack of hand grenades also don't think helped them out a ton there. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that jazz. And of course, do consider donating. Again, links in the video description. This is Imperial. Cheers. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you all more again for another exciting episode. Bye.